Hollow Knight Silksong was released recently, and honestly, I was flabbergasted how many players it attracts. You get it, right? Like a bug's been attracted to the light. Okay, forget it, like always, laughing on my own jokes. But you know what? Right now is the best time to learn how to make mods. And the reason why is that making a mod for Silksong is actually easy. That's why today I want to show you how to make a mod pretty much for any game that was made with Unity. And yeah, you guessed it right. Both Hollow Knight games was made with Unity, as well as tons of other games. Repo, Rust, Cuphead, Superhot, etc. And you can mod all of them pretty much the same way. And one more thing before we begin. If you've been attracted by tutorials like this one, then make sure to subscribe to my channel and leave a like. And with that being said, let's write some buggy code. Okay, so in order to make mods, we actually need to download Visual Studio 2022 and install it on our PC. But don't worry, I'll leave a link in the description below. Also, we need to download a modding framework called Debugging 5. And if you ever installed a mod for Hollow Knight, then you already know what it is and how to install it. Once again, I'll leave a link in the description below, so make sure to install it for your game. And now, when we have everything installed correctly, we need to run Visual Studio and create a new project. It should be a class library for .NET framework. Be careful and don't confuse it with a simple class library, because these are different. Also, make sure to select .NET framework 4.7.2. For Hollow Knight games, that's the version all the mods are targeting, so we'll do the same as well. And now the project is created. But before we actually write some code, we need to add DLL references from the game. In order to do that, over here, right-click on the references and select Add Reference. Then navigate to the game's root directory, open up a folder named Hollow Knight Data, and then open Managed folder inside. And if you're making a mod for Silksong, then the folder should be named Hollow Knight Silksong Data. Keep in mind that these games are pretty much identical, so there is no difference so far. And over here, inside a managed folder, you want to select multiple DLL files. It includes assembly C# DLL, assembly C# first pass DLL, Unity Engine DLL, Unity Engine UI, Unity Engine Core module, and Unity Engine Input Legacy module. After that, navigate to bepnex/core folder and add a few more references to the files named bepnex.dll and zeroharmony.dll. Now, as I said earlier, you must have bepnex already installed, so these files and folders will be present in your game's root directory. And if you don't have them, make sure to follow a link in the description below and install bepnex for your game. Finally, we can start writing the code for our mod. And if you're not familiar with C# language, I guess you may use AI chatbots to assist you, or just spend an hour or two to learn the basics of C# by watching any tutorial here on YouTube. First, we import bepnex, Harmony, and Unity in our code, and then add an attribute called bepn_plugin to our main class and write the function awake, and make sure to call Harmony, create and patch all function inside of it. Nothing wrong if you don't fully understand what it does. You can consider this code as a starting template. Most likely all of your mods will use the same code structure. That's why you can simply copy-paste it and move on to the actual code for the mod. And here comes the important step. Right-click on the assembly C# reference to the right and select View in Object Browser. A huge list containing different names will appear. Basically, that's the source code of the game. And of course, you can explore it to understand how the game logic works. As an example, let's search for marker. As you see, there are multiple map marker entries. Thus, we can use it to change the limit of available markers in the game. And here are the function called placeMarker that is responsible for actually placing the markers on the map. Analyzing the code further, I've came across functions that are used to manipulate geo. They are named addGeo and takeGeo. And I assume that's the perfect example for our first mod. Let's say we want to change behavior of these functions, so that when a player picks up a geo, it will be doubled, and instead of say 10 geo, we will get 20 geo. First of all, hover the mouse over this function named addGeo, and as we can see, it this inside the class named player data. Next, head back to our code, and now we're gonna use Harmony to patch this function. In order to do it, we need to copy add_geo function definition and then add a few Harmony attributes. We need to specify the class name, and that is player data as you remember, and the base function name that we want to patch, and that is add_geo. And then define a function with a similar signature like add_geo has, though it must be static and it must accept an instance of a patched class as a first parameter, and that's pretty much how you define a patch function. Inside of it, I will simply add_geo one more time. Pay attention that it's been patched as postfix, meaning our function will be executed after the base function. So, as you can see, we're basically hooking up to the add_geo function. Now let's compile this mod, and to do it, press Ctrl+Shift+B hotkey, and if it compiles successfully, respective message will be printed below, along with the compiled DLL file path, and there is actually our BepNext plugin that we need to install. So let's copy that file into our BepNext plugins folder, and of course, run the game to test if it works. Meanwhile, we actually made our first mod for the Hollow Knight, and it seems that everything works as intended in-game. So when the player picks up a geo, it's doubled, so instead of 1 geo we get 2. A cheaty mod we made. Now let's make a more useful mod. For example, why don't we allow the player to always have a compass effect, no matter if a wayward charm is equipped or not. Actually, the same mod already exists for Silksong, and it's one of the most popular mods for this game. It's called Always Have Compass Effect, and this mod is downloaded more than 40,000 of times. So why don't we make the same mod, but this time for the first Hollow Knight game, as there is no similar mods on the Nexus. Let's do it. The first thing we need to do is to inspect the code for any compass related stuff. After some time, I've came across a field called equipped charm _2. Seems like that's the wayward charm. Now we need to figure out how this field is used in the code, and how we can possibly manipulate it to allow the player to use compass effect every time. Upon further inspecting the code, my guess is that we need to patch a function called getCurrentMapZone from GameManager class, since both map related functions calls this before actually displaying the map markers. Let's try that. And I've hooked this function with Harmony just like we did before, but this time I've used prefix patch mode to make it run before the base function, and pretty much all our patch does is forces a field called equipcharm2 to be always true. That alone should do the job. So once again, let's compile our DLL by pressing Ctrl+Shift+B and run the game to see if it works. Okay, so here we are in the game. Let's unequip wayward charm and equip some other charms instead. In vanilla game, you would not get compass effect without wearing the wayward charm. But now with our new mod, it seems like, yes, so we have a compass effect even without it. What that means is that our mod works just fine. And here is a pro tip. Make sure to play with the mod for some time. This way you can catch bugs not only in the game, but what's more important, catch bugs in your code. And that's what I did. I've played a bit with this mod, and who would have guessed I found a bug. It was causing the notches to be calculated wrong. I guess that's somehow related to how our mod works, because we're pretty much forcing an equip state for the wayward charm, and that ends up messing up the notches calculation logic. So I've spent some more time analyzing the source code and came up with a different solution, and the updated code for the mod now looks like this. Instead of changing the equip state of the charm, I've made so that the mod checks if we have the wayward charm in our inventory, and if so, it forces the game to display it on the map by modifying the value called displaying compass. Okay, it seems like our mod now works just as intended. That means we can go and publish it on the Nexus mods, so that other players can use it as well. Though this is completely up to you, whether you want to share your mods or not. In my case, I want to share the mod that I've made, so here you go. It's now available on the Nexus mods, and you can download it as well and try it in the game if you want. And that wraps our video today. As you see, making mods for Hollow Knight is pretty much straightforward and easy process. Now when I say easy, I don't say it easy for everyone. Of course it depends on your C# and Unity knowledge, but for many coders out there, having an ability to read through the source code of the game to make a mod is like using cheats. I'll also leave all the links that I've mentioned in this video in the description below, alongside with some other useful tutorials and guides, so make sure to check that out. If you like this video, smash that like button and don't forget to subscribe, especially if you're attracted by this type of tutorials. And of course, have a great day!